Hello everyone, my name is Ripsy and today we'll do a tutorial of the inside of the town hall from Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I was asked to do a tutorial on how to do the interior of this building, and I basically just looked at the picture I got from the inside of the town hall from Animal Crossing, and from there I just looked at the colors. I figured what kind of blocks I could use to kind of recreate. I'm sorry, let me get rid of this guy. So what I was trying to say is that I just looked at the colors of the picture I got. I thought about the blocks I could use to kind of resemble it, and then I just threw some things together to kind of make it look like the real deal. Except for this part over here. Normally this is made out of some kind of iron shelving, but I thought I'll do it out of spruce with some barrels in the back to create some storage purposes for survival. This over here is a furnace with a lodestone from the new update, so that way you could even point to the middle of your village if you were to place it over there. These are two more barrels, a barrel over there, so there's plenty of storage over here, even the chest. And then I just kind of made a little crisscross pattern for a ceiling. But I'll show you guys how it's done. So over here is the building we built in the previous tutorial, and now we'll do the inside. So the first thing that we'll need to do is to grab your polished granite if you want to get as close as the original, and just fill in the whole floor. And after that I got my spruce planks and also some smooth sandstone, and I just kind of filled in where I needed the walls to be. So it's basically just creating another layer of wall just around the whole building. So I think I had it like this. I'll just take a look real quick to see where I stopped this wall. Yes, just to this block and also over here. Then I just got my smooth sandstone and got a pillar of 3 on top of that one. Just go around and just like this, just around all the windows. And also around the door like that. And then for the door, it's just as simple as doing something like that. And then after all, for the whole wall, just get your spruce planks again and get a line at the top of it. Then we'll do the ceiling. I just got my stripped spruce log and just kind of make a crisscross pattern. And I'll do it like this. I just start over here, then skip a block. Over here, I just get some placeholder blocks. Skip that one. So you get here, then go to the side and just click your blocks on the side of the blocks you just placed. And that way you kind of get a pattern. So then, of course, you face those to the front, and face them to the side again, then face those to the front, and just repeat this until you are at the other side of the ceiling. So what I did to get some more light into this building is I went to the middle, which is at the windows, and then at the doors. Just face directly up and delete those two. Then I got some sea lanterns, but you can also use some glowstone or even the new shroom lights. I placed those over here, and then I got some oak trapdoors so you can look through them, and I just placed these over there. So in the screenshot I got, there is a desk, and the desk looks kind of orange with 2 trapdoors at both sides. So I just got the stripped acacia log, and I would actually go for the ones that is covered at 6 sides, so that you don't have this part at the end. But you can basically use any other one. And I just got it from the one side to the other. Then you have those 2 blocks, and those are the acacia trapdoors, and I face them towards the window, so to place them on that block, so that the little hinge is at the side of the desk, and that's the closest I could get to kind of recreate the original. Normally, over in this corner is the green ATM in the game, but therefore I just used an anvil and a brewing stand, so that it has a little bit more purpose in survival. If I can find it, that is. There it is, and the brewing stand is right over there. At the other side, I would go with a double chest, but I wanted to have a way to enter over here, so I just went for a single chest and placed it in the corner. Then if you enter from the door, I deleted this block and that block, so you have kind of the walkway, but then 2 holes. I duck those in a little bit. And I explained how to do these chairs in the previous video, but we just do it again. So I get my snow layers and place 1, 2, 3, 4 at both of these. Then I get my armor stands with a diamond helmet, but you could also use a leather helmet and just paint it blue. But the chairs are blue in the original, so I just went for the diamond ones because that was a little bit easier to do in creative. Just place the diamond helmets, and if you want to have them exactly straight, you just kind of have to trial and error a little bit. Still to the side. You know what? We'll just go with that. Get your piston, your just a way to activate them. I could go with a redstone block. You could use a button, even a lever, or maybe even a pressure plate if you want it. And your floor block. You just place in your piston over here with your floor block over there. Activate it. Get another one. Activate it again. And just delete those two blocks so you have the helmet in the floor facing that way. I'll do the same for this one. Then I got my birch pressure plate and a birch sign, and I use birch for this because it's the lightest block and it looks the most like the little chairs in the Animal Crossing game itself. So just click the sign on this very small edge you have over there, and it should look like that. Do the same over here, and there you have to do the two chairs. That's pretty much all the furniture at this site. I'll add some paintings later on, but now let's go to the side where Tom Nook and Isabelle are sitting in the game. So we'll start with the shelving unit over here, which is basically one block from here, then delete those 9 and place in some barrels. Then when you're done with that, you get your trapdoors, just go up by 3, open those up, and at this side as well. And then I just went in and I hold shift for this one to place them on top of the barrel without opening it. And just kind of make some shelves over here. And the bottom ones are kind of hard to access now, the barrels, but you can just open them from over at this side. Then I got a chest over at this side and a lantern right over there. So for the chairs of Tom Nook and Isabelle, I used some prismarine brick stairs, but you could also use the new warped stairs. They look like this, but I thought the color of the prismarine looks a little bit closer to the original. Then for the desk I got some more barrels over here, and I just placed the warped trapdoors against them like that. So now that Tom has a computer on his desk, so I use the weighted iron pressure plate to kind of resemble some sort of keyboard, and I placed the birch sign against it, just at the same way as I did those ones. Then for Isabelle, I got my item frame with just a piece of paper, because I think she has some sort of notebook over at her desk, and I thought this is kind of the closest I could get. Then there's a calendar over at her desk over here, so I use an item frame and I put in some iron bars over there, and then I kind of twist these to make some sort of calendar. So just imagine that this is where your day is, and then these are your plans for the day. I don't know, I think this is the closest I can do. And for Tom, I just simply used a small painting, place a block over there, and I think I went with the yellow thingy, which is, of course, the last one I'll get. It's that one, but it has to be on this block. Come on, please. There it is. Took some tries, but we got there in the end. And then finally there's a little bit of a card over here, but I just used a barrel for that one as well, with another lantern on it. And I also put a little painting over there, which was, it was that one. This one. Then over at Tom's place, he has some sort of copying machine over here. Since I couldn't really fit it into the plates, I just pressed it into the wall again. And for that I used a furnace at the top, just facing like this, so it's still accessible to use in survival. And then I used one of the new lodestones. If I can find, yeah, one of the new lodestones at the bottom. And you can, of course, activate this with a compass, and that way the compass will always point at that block. So no matter where in the world you are, you can always find your town hall. So the two paintings I put at those back walls, I just kind of used some blocks to get a smaller space. And I think I placed them over at the top. Yeah, I got something like that one. And I guess the one with the hand. I mean, this one works quite as well. And I just placed two signs saying subscribe over here because I kind of wanted something to... Oh yeah, this happens if you stand on there. But I kind of wanted something over there. I just placed two signs, but it really isn't that necessary. But you can do it if you want. If you use birch, it kind of looks like that, but it's not that necessary. And just to add in the last bit of detail on this red kind of desk. I'm not sure how you call it. It's like a surface desk. Just the divider. Over here there's some sort of calendar with a little bit of red in it. I just used the weaving vine and turned it around to get as close as I could. So on top of this there's some sort of blueprint. And I kind of used an item frame with an endrail in it. Just rotated it a little bit and then placed a warped pressure plate on it. This kind of glitches, but I stood on it to make it a little bit thinner and look a little bit more like the blueprint. Then over here I just place another weighted pressure plate. I'm not really sure what this is meant to be. I think it's some sort of another calendar. Over at Isabel I used the birch one because it looks a little bit different. And then over here I place a flower pot with an orange tulip. Just some sea pickles to add some like a little bit of rubbish. And a warped button to kind of you know, be in sync with the colors they have on the original picture. And then lastly over at this corner I placed a little painting of the creeper one to kind of look like the beach poster picture of Tom Nook that is in the original as well. As last thing to say, you do have a little bit of a dark oak lining over here because the door is using full blocks, but I really don't think that's too much of an issue. As you can see over here, if you don't really like that, to kind of overcome that, you could make the front door out of dark oak trapdoors, which does mean that you do have to push those polished blocks a little bit further on, but that does get rid of the inside looking just a tiny bit weird. And also I changed out these blocks to regular stone to fit it a little bit better, but still I do like the dark oak over here a bit better. And this way it does have a small lining on the inside, but it doesn't bother me. But there is your other option if you don't really like the inside looking like that. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. I hope you guys learned something in this video, and I hope I explained it well enough for you guys to follow along. And if you really enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe and maybe leave a like. Thanks for watching.